What will happen in a general community quarantine or GCQ? The national government on Friday declared that areas which are considered moderate and low risk in the spread of the novel coronavirus will be placed under general community quarantine. What is GCQ or general community quarantine? What are the types of industries allowed to operate under GCQ and what this form of quarantine means for Filipinos who will be placed under it? GCQ is a form of quarantine with more relaxed measures compared to the Enhanced Community Quarantine (ECQ), which is currently imposed in Metro Manila. It will be enforced in provinces and cities considered to have moderate or low risk to COVID-19 starting on May 1. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque introduced this term in his taped public address aired on Friday, April 24. He also explained what GCQ or the new normal means to daily lives of Filipinos, as recommended by the government's coronavirus task force and approved by President Rodrigo Duterte. What areas will be under GCQ? Presented next is a list of provinces and cities that will be under GCQ until May 15. The first batch of moderate risk areas can still be placed under ECQ, depending on the government's assessment. The following are considered moderate risk areas but will be subject to evaluation whether to implement enhanced community quarantine or enforce general community quarantine. The IATF recommended that the national government may consider the reprioritization of the social amelioration program toward residents of areas placed under ECQ. The following will be the new normal in areas placed under GCQ. Who are allowed to go out? Under a general quarantine, some workers are allowed to report for work physically as movement should be restricted. The general population may only leave their homes to access basic necessities. Still, persons aged 0 to 20 years old and those who are 60 years old and above must stay at home. People with risk factors like lung and heart disease and diabetes cannot go out. Local government units are ordered to enforce a night curfew for non-workers. What transportation will be allowed? Mass transportation will resume but only at a limited capacity. Airports and seaports may operate to allow unhampered movement of goods. What industries will be allowed to operate? Full operation is allowed for agriculture, fisheries, and forestry sectors, food manufacturing and all supply chains, including ink, packaging and raw materials, supermarkets, hospitals, logistics, water, energy, internet, telecommunications, and media. Restaurants may only open for takeout and delivery. There can be a 50% to 100% recommended opening for manufacturing, electronics and exports, e-commerce, and delivery for essential and non-essential items, repair and maintenance services, housing, and office services. On financial services, business process outsourcing, BPO, non-leisure wholesale and retail trade, and other non-leisure services, 50% on-site work and 50% work from home is allowed. But certain operations must remain completely closed even under GCQ. These include all schools, leisure, amusement, gaming and fitness, tourism, all major gatherings including religious conferences. Non-leisure stores in malls and shopping centers may partially open. What will happen to schools? Higher education institutions may continue classes to finish the academic year and issue credentials to students. Since the IATF recommended 100% closure of schools in areas deemed as moderate to low risk, all other schools must remain closed until September 2020. However, schools can conduct online classes, subject to Department of Education guidelines. What about the government projects? Only priority and essential construction work may be done, in accordance with Department of Public Works and Highways guidelines. Thank you for watching. If you are new to this channel, please press the subscribe button and notification bell for more informative and entertaining videos like this. If you are already our subscriber, please comment topics for our next video and you will get a free shout out. Here are our video suggestions for you.